Hey there. So yeah, that took a long time to do last night. I started at like 9:00, 9:30, and then I didn't stop until 1 a.m. That's how long it took to get that video done. I need to drink more water. So today is our first transition update since, wow. I mean, technically, I said I did one like last week, but that wasn't actually for transition. It was a transition from home to new home. We still haven't done that yet, but yeah, so today's the official transition update. So the thumbnail from yesterday's, whatever you want to call it, video was pretty easy to make because it didn't have me in it. I'm gonna make a series of me making weird faces, and then we can just add them right in. By we, I mean me. Anyways, I am eating lunch right now at an Indian food place, and it's really good. It's called Naan Cafe. It's one of the places I like to eat. They have a vegan biryani, and I've made biryani before. Actually, I took pictures of biryani and stuff like that before, after the vlog and stuff. I took all kinds of pictures, and yeah, so I know how hard or easy it is, and it's so good, and I need to buy some more boxes of it. They kind of have like a spice mix, sort of like you might buy a taco spice mix. Yeah, so there's a biryani spice mix you can buy online that I usually get. Let's get on to the transition update. So where am I in transition? I am pretty much transitioned. People have called me female for a very long time. I have the mannerisms and all that down. What I don't have is, I got one surgery, technically two surgeries, but that one of the surgeries was to remove a lump in my right breast. It was benign. It wasn't cancerous. That was back in 2019 is when I found it. But in like 2021 is when I got surgery for it. Alongside that, I got surgery to remove my testes. So that's where I am as far as transition wise. But I still don't have earrings anymore. And I haven't had the major surgery yet. I've thought about it, but most of my dysphoria went away after that surgery, and I didn't have to take spironolactone anymore, which I don't know if that's weird or strange, but for me, that's what happened. I'm pretty close to the end of my shift though. So maybe I'll save some more for when I get home. I don't know. We can talk about it a little bit more. My dad sometimes slips up and calls me he, and my mom used to too. But it's not very often. I've had other people slip up as well. I think even Jessica slipped up once. My Aunt Connie did. She just slipped up just a few days ago before she left. Yeah, you get slip-ups every once in a while. I haven't really hung out with my Uncle Adam as much, or my Uncle Tony, but they don't seem to. I actually haven't had them refer to me in that third person, but they do call me Kate. There's that. Mostly, everything's kind of good on that front. There is a little itching for me to do the major surgery. Just so, I don't even know why. I still don't like touching down there, despite not having much, dysphoria. There's very little. There is some, but not completely, but there is some. So I'm home. The dash ended up being really close to hitting my goal. Like, actually, I went over my goal. I forgot I got some cash tips, like $5. But that put me over my goal, so I got my goal today. As a quick aside, I think it was, for yesterday's vlog, I talked about there being a Christmas parade. And there was. They blocked off the whole street. It ruined all my dash because there was so much wait time because so many people were ordering such really big orders. But I was gonna go to the parade. I was like, yeah, but then I had a pickup from Del Taco. And all I saw was one red sauce packet. And it just like killed me. Not killed me. It just like destroyed me. So whenever we got Del Taco, and we got Del Taco often, I had a regular order. And Mom used to only eat the red packets. I always like the orange or the black ones. And what was between my dad and I, it mattered who got to the food first. We would divvy up stuff, and I always made sure when I did it that Mom got her food first, and then I got mine. And I always had to give her the red packets, and I had to make sure they had them. And if they didn't have them, I went to the drawer, because we have a junk drawer full of a bunch of old hot sauce packets. I'd go to the hot sauce drawer and bring her the red hot sauce from there. And it just hit me that I just won't ever need red hot sauce packets ever again. And it's just like, what do you even do with that? So, like I said, I kind of my brain just went to mush, and I couldn't stay and go to that parade. Maybe next year we'll do something like that. But all throughout the year, we're gonna do, through the daily vlogs, we're gonna do cool stuff. But stuff is so hard. If none of you have lost a parent yet, it is hard, especially if you're close. So I'm counting weight loss as a part of my transition. I think that's something I really want to focus on, and I want to lose weight, and hopefully there's a good journey we can go through, and I can show you guys. Because if you saw today's video, oh my god, you see me just getting up off the couch or just moving around. I am so overweight and I hate it. So I have to portion better, eat better. Well, yeah, I do have chips that I eat, but I don't eat them too often, mostly as a snack, or I didn't bring them in yesterday's lunch because I usually have a little bag, and I ended up buying fries. Yeah, there's my admission. I bought fries. If I don't bring chips, I end up buying fries. Maybe I want that crunch. My mom was the same way. We love that crunch. Just loving the crunch. So maybe I should find something healthy to crunch on. Maybe Wheat Thins, or I don't know, something healthier. I'll have to figure something out, because the chips are expensive, but they taste so damn good. I love flavor. Maybe just less chips. I don't know. You know what's kind of bad? I had that rant I wanted to talk about the other day, and I don't remember what it was. What did you guys think of yesterday, or yesterday's video, today's video? I tried to edit to the best of my ability. I know about like L cuts and J cuts. I think they're pretty awesome. I know how that works. I know how to blend audio. It's all basic stuff. If I wanted to, I could purchase DaVinci Resolve, because that's what I've been using. But it's expensive, $270 some odd dollars just for DaVinci Resolve. And that's for the studio, but they have AI stuff now, and I can, but there's stuff now that we're like, you can use whisper and isolate audio, because at one point inside of the video, you'll notice like halfway through, the refrigerator came on and it was so loud and I couldn't remove it because I didn't think to look it up. Sometimes I'm just airheaded and I just didn't look it up. So the daily vlog, I want to keep it kind of the same, and then maybe the Sunday transition updates, I can up my game a bit. But what I do want to do for the daily vlog is I'll put in like a first clip of, I don't know what, just something funny or silly, just maybe a daily thing, maybe what day it is, or I don't know, but I'll figure something out. So we got like a ritual every daily vlog. I say something, and then right after that I don't know, do an intro. I want to make an intro video. I think that would be really cool. So when I get happy or I'm just talking, my eyes will squint. My mom is the same way. When we got happier, we just started talking to each other. Like, I guess cats do the same thing. Your eyes squint a little bit, and they see that as like a pleasure or good vibes. And that's kind of what I do too. And my mom always did that, and we'd look at each other a lot. Oh man, I miss her. When I move, I'm actually gonna have to learn a whole new DoorDash area. I've dashed in that area a few times. I go there every once in a while, but if I'm gonna long-term dash in that new area, it's gonna be tougher because I don't know where I should be at what times, because right now where I'm dashing, I know where I need to be, what time, and if I need to restart my freaking app or pause the dash and then because there are so many ways for the dash to just stop giving you orders. It's kind of weird. My hair is all weird. I think I'd like to work at maybe a pizza place again, but that requires I need to lose some weight so that my feet and my body can bear my weight. So I'm thinking an exercise bike, and I had like a regimen because when I first knew I was trans was back in 2003. I told you guys this a long time ago, but I lost 80 pounds because I was like over 300 pounds back then, but I lost over 80 pounds in like 6 months. And I had a regimen, like breakfast was always like Chex Mix or something, and then lunch was always a sandwich, and I showed you the pepper, that type of pepper, plus some, what do you call them? They're sea salt and vinegar chips. So I got those 3 things, and that's what I would have for lunch. And then for dinner, I would have it was a salad, a side salad from Wendy's, because I used to work at Wendy's back then. And I would eat those every day. And I would exercise at night so that I didn't have to. So of course, when you exercise at night, you're tired after exercising, and it's good to be tired at night, right? Because you're going to sleep anyways. So yeah, first goal, exercise. Find a way to do it without hurting my feet, because that was really hard. That means if I'm gonna do squats or something, because that was a part of my routine. Let me see if I can recall. So I would go in, I would exercise on a machine. I started at like 5 minutes because I was a wuss and I was really overweight. 5 minutes worked fine. And then I would just go to a variety of machines. I would go to one where you like twist left and right, and it would get your stomach, sorry, but your stomach. And then I would do another one where I bent over, where there was weight, and it would help my stomach as well. It never actually hurt my stomach, but it kind of stretched, and it made it so I didn't have like stretch marks or anything like that. Now I have a bunch of stretch marks down there, but I also did one where I go like this, but there was a weight, and I would do that, and it would get the back right here. And then I would do something for like a push-up type thing, but it was very low rep, or lots of reps, low weight. That's what I was doing. Lots of reps, low weight. I would slowly increase the weight, but it was very low. I didn't want to keep it high. I didn't want to be bulk. I wanted to, for fitness. So yeah, lots of reps, low weights, squats, but with weights. I used to use the elliptical, because that was the one that I told you, 5 minutes. That's what I was using, was the elliptical. What else? I did these things for my knees and my legs. Like, there was leg day. Yeah, I would alternate. So I wouldn't do everything all at once, but I would always do something for my stomach. I would always do the arm stuff. I would always do the squats. And then I'd alternate between leg day and I think there was something else. I don't remember. Or maybe I alternated leg day and arm day. I don't know. Because I went like 3 or 4 days a week and I lost a lot of weight. It worked really well. Yes, I'm inside the bathroom, by the way. And Dad is downstairs. He was sleeping on his recliner. He might still be sleeping down there. He probably woke up and then went to his bedroom. That's what I'm guessing. Or he's just still sleeping in there. My uncle came over today. I was like, cool, maybe I can go see him. And it ends up that he came over, but they came over during the day to visit. And at night, I thought that we were having dinner. And no, they ended up having lunch. And my dad was like, well, I already ate lunch. I thought you guys were coming for dinner, because my dad told me they were coming for dinner. So I was like, yes, I can still see my uncle. And no, I didn't end up being able to see him. So I'm going to call him tomorrow. And tomorrow I'm bringing my car in because there's some transmission issues. I need to get the transmission fluid changed. I need to do a full change, just empty it out, new filter, new oil, new transmission fluid, and then because it's got a darkish color to it, and I need new fluid. My uncle said the more expensive problem is gonna be my heater core or something like that, because when I use the heat on my windshield, it leaves like this chemically looking residue on there. I haven't cleaned it. I'm gonna ask my mechanic about it tomorrow. So I'm gonna be carless for a few days. It's okay, those are my days off, so at least I have Dad to drive me there and back, and then when mine's finished, I'm gonna drive Dad back, and so we're gonna see how that works. So hopefully we can get my car fixed within the next few days. Hopefully the heater core isn't completely shot or something like that. But I have noticed I can smell fumes every once in a while inside the car. And I'm like, ew. So I tend to roll down the window if that happens, but because I want to breathe. It's hit me that I'm not going to be in this house anymore. And I mean, that's another thing that is so painful about Mom dying, is Dad's selling the house. He wants to get out of here, and it's so painful because this was our home for so long, since like 1997, and that is a very long time to have a home. And I was here the whole time through 1997, except for 2 years. There was one, I went to school in Arizona to be a network administrator, and then there was a year, maybe a year and a half. It was almost 2 years. I went and lived in Arizona again, but this time in Chandler with my ex, and we lived there for a year and a half, and then I moved back home after we broke up. I don't want to get back into that junk anymore, or that's way past in the past. But yeah, I never would have had the first vlog if that hadn't happened. and that was my best year in my life. So I'm in a way I'm glad we broke up, but love doesn't die easily, and that still lingers for me. So it's hard. I've thought about doing voiceover work, and I don't know, I could do it, but with AI doing so many voices so easily lately, I wouldn't have very many years doing voiceover work, in my opinion. But I don't know, there's a whole group of authors that just do not want anything to do with AI and will block and ban you if there's anything done with AI that you use or anything. And I use AI, I'm sorry. But it's just, they can't capture the nuance of a human voice yet. There's some, I've seen on 11 Labs, their newest model, experimental one or whatever it is, you can guide it in certain fluctuations in its voice so it does whatever you want it to do. If I can voice act a bunch of different range, maybe I could get some jobs doing that. Either way, I need to find ways to make more money. DoorDash is not a permanent thing. I wouldn't mind, like I said, working at some pizza place, because I love pizza. I don't know if you guys know that, but I used to make pizza back in the 90s, early 2000s. It was just like love. I loved making pizza, and it was pretty easy. I didn't like doing the dishes, but who does like doing dishes? Anyways, this ended up being a lot longer than normal, so I will see you guys later, and thanks for joining me, and let me know what you think of that vlog from yesterday, the daily one, because it's got really good views, a lot of views, but it doesn't have any clicks, like click-through rate, and that just may be YouTube screwing up and not showing it, but I just wonder. I don't think that stuff really matters. I just need to be happy. I'm gonna make an intro, but I'll see you guys later.